see. Oh God, it's going. I thought that would look better, but this door looks like shit. Hey everybody, Kyle here with Spicer Designs. Piece of shit gas can. Oh, that still has fuel in it. Junk. Welcome back to the channel. All right, today's video, I feel that this is a common struggle with homeowners in general. What I have here is a premium lineup of, we'll call it fuel storage or gas cans. So we're gonna go through each one of these options, starting with this little piece of shit right here. I hate that thing and I would burn it, but it would probably explode because there's a lot of fuel vapors in there. So, but I have a new solution down there at the end we're gonna talk about. That's gonna be kind of the main focus of the video. Pretty excited about that. Anyways, let's get started. So we got a 5-gallon can, 5-gallon can, 14-gallon, 14-gallon, 58-gallon. Starting with this, I'm sure you've all seen these. They have this stupid little twist lock vapor trapping gadget right here on it where you have to like turn it and then jam it in. And then in the tip here, the fuel comes out the larger open hole, and there's a tiny little hole right there. We'll call that the back door. That is a vent for air. Obviously, as you're pouring fuel out, that empty space needs to be replaced with air. Otherwise, it'll create like a vacuum and none of the fuel will come out. And of course, the government had to get involved with these, or the EPA or whoever the hell it is. And they made it overly complicated, and these things just suck. You have to get that little sweet spot where the air's sucking in and the fuel's coming out. Total pain in the ass. Now, I will say there is an option for these. You can actually drill in a vent. I will leave an Amazon link for them down in the description, but you just screw them in there and basically you can get yourself like an external vent on this thing. So that's probably the way to go if you're gonna get one of these crappy cans. And you can get these things anywhere. I don't know how the hell they're still selling them, but they are. Next option, this is a racing fuel can. I freaking love these things. Back in my heyday, I used to ride motocross, did a little bit of racing, but mostly weekend warrior. Even though this is yellow, which would normally signify diesel, they come in all kinds of different colors. When you see this style can, you know it's typically used for race fuel. On this can, you have a vent right here. You can just screw or unscrew manually, very easy. And then it has a nice tube. It's easy to fit inside of your fuel tank without getting a lot of spillage. And then you just have a cap on the end that you can unscrew. It's pretty much fail-proof. These cans you can pick up all day at like your local power sports store or Amazon, which I'll leave some links. I still use this thing today. Now I typically put like ethanol-free gas in there for some of my smaller engines. Another controversial subject. It's also got a nice little lip on the bottom so you can grab it. Overall, really good option. I would recommend one of these over that piece of crap. If anyone out there actually likes these things, I don't know if we could be friends. Next option, these are both the same except for color, obviously diesel, gas. This has been a pretty nice little option for me. I've been using this for quite a while now. These hold 14 gallons of fuel. I typically put about 13 gallons in them just because I don't really want to max fill them. Basically, in order to fill them, you just lay them flat and you pop off the lid and you fill it up. It's pretty easy. On the caps, the gas one here has a vent that you can actually unscrew to release that pressure in there and allow air to come in. And you also have a shut-off valve right there at the bottom where it comes out. You have a little hose management holder right here. It's also got little dolly wheels. This thing has like, well, that's 6 foot, 10 foot of hose, we'll say. So you actually can get pretty good reach with this little setup. Now this thing is made by Duramax and it is called the Flow and Go. Again, I'll leave Amazon links for this down in the description. But what I don't like about this setup is, for one, after you use it, it tends to just kind of leak out a lot of fuel, any residual that's in there. So I'm not a fan of that because I typically keep these inside of this barn right here. So I also have to keep a rag on the floor just to collect all that fuel that spills out. The other thing is the pumping motion. I mean, I do a lot of pumping, but my hand gets freaking tired, especially when you're trying to put like 12 gallons of fuel into the excavator or like 6 or 7 gallons into the tractor. There is a solution though. No, I did not change shirts. This is me from the past. a much younger version of myself. All right, so I loaded up my Flow and Go into the truck, took it over to the local gas station. Now that I got it home, here's what I do to gravity feed it into the tractor. This is what I use this for. You gotta stand her up. Now you can't be a Sally, you gotta be able to lift some weight. We're gonna crack open the vent, and there we go. So you can see right here that the fill hole is lower than the lowest point of the Flow and Go. So gravity will feed right into the Coyote Zero turn. Beefy. Freaking caps suck on these things. What I have to do is give it a couple of pumps with my right hand. It's much stronger. If I do it with my left hand, it feels like a complete stranger is pumping gas and I don't like it. Once I get it going, you can see, oh God, it's going. Now I can just hold it. I'm holding the lever and it's just gravity flowing right on out of there. This really isn't a bad setup. And my buddy Doug over at One Eye Customs, he posted a video a long time ago. That's how I found out about these Flow and Go tanks. He actually has some crazy apparatus set up where he hoists these things up just so he can gravity feed everything. Yeah, I can hear you, dirty girl. Oh yeah, she's hissing at me. All right, you get the point. Moving on. The yellow version of it, again, Duramax Flow and Go. It's got a little bit different setup. This fuel cap on it has like an automatic vent, so it's kind of like a check valve. It only lets air come in as needed. These have both been really nice little setups, and my plan was to build a little rig with like a boat winch where I could actually hoist these things up a little bit higher and just gravity feed them into the machines, but I've since changed my mind because I'm burning through quite a bit of fuel. So I have a new option. I want to put this sucker on a pallet permanently. I'm going to rig up some 2x4s around this just to hold it in place so it doesn't slide around, because I will be loading this into the back of my truck. Now, I'm sure most of you have seen these before. This is made by Vever, or at least it's branded Vever. I've seen these on a couple channels now. Joe the Farmer has one, good friend of mine, and he seems to love it. Adam from Hometown Acres, another really good friend of mine. He got his, I don't know, a year or two ago, and it's been holding strong. I figured it was time to jump on the bandwagon. Now I do have a relationship with Vever, so they did send this thing out to me. It's not like a super high dollar item, but thanks to Vever for doing that. It allows me to kind of show you guys how this thing's set up and if it's actually a good option or not. The good thing about it is it's got this nice lid, so all of your components in there can stay dry if you do choose to leave this outside, which I probably am going to be. It does have a little hole right there, so you could in fact put a padlock on this if you don't want people stealing fuel. Otherwise, it's a nice clean setup. It does have fork pockets on it in case you want to just grab this thing with your forks. I personally would rather grab it from the pallet. I don't want to take a chance of puncturing that enclosure. Anyways, let's take a look at how this is set up. I haven't touched anything in here. See, it comes with the hose. Pretty beefy hose. Is there some numbers on this thing? It says 3/4. Okay, so it is a 3/4 hose. It's got a couple O-rings on there. You've got your fuel pump, fuel filter. The hose is going to screw in right here. The pump has an on-off switch. And all you do is it's got these gator clips. You just clip it onto a battery. It is 12 volt DC. So any battery you have laying around, maybe the battery in the machine that you're using to fill it, lots of options to power this thing. I'm guessing that's some kind of a vent. That's probably another vent. And this is our fill cap right here. Looks nice and clean in there, which is good. I don't want to start throwing fuel in there and have a bunch of debris, even though it does have a filter. Whew. Could have taken it out on a date first, but that is the end of the suction hose right there. That's sucking the fuel right off the bottom of the containment here. It's got a little screen on there, which is nice. And that can be removed and cleaned or whatever you need to do. Very serviceable. Other than that, it has a fuel gauge, which is pretty important. It is bone dry right now. Throw this back on. Got a manual, and right here we have our commercial grade, or kind of like what you'd see at the gas station, fuel nozzle or pump handle, whatever you want to call it. Oh yeah. Oh, what the? I think it's mineral spirits or something. This actually does look like one of the pump handles that you would see at the gas station. And it's got the little holder deal so you can clip it in place, let it go. And I'm guessing it's got the, yeah, it's got the auto shut off thing. This is gonna be really nice. Comes with a nice little fitting right here. I'm guessing that this allows the handle to spin freely so it doesn't get all bound up. That looks to be the case, so that is nice. And it even comes with a little baby padlock that you could probably break with your hands, but that's nice that they provide this. All right, so I'm gonna get this thing all set up, get the hoses connected, get this pallet all set up. I'll load it in the truck. I'm gonna take it to the gas station, fill it up with diesel. We'll see how it works. All right, here is my setup. I cut a 2x4 the width of the pallet so that I can screw it down into the actual main support of the pallet. I don't know what you would call that. It's like a 2x4, I guess. Then I bridged one across, and then I bridged one in between. That way I had a good 3 inches of height up on the actual fuel container here. And then I put a couple of little hook lag bolts, I don't know what you want to call them, and then I just threw a little pull down strap on there. Not that it's going to go anywhere, but just to be safe and to keep that lid down. And then the handle is secure in there. All that's left to do is to head out to the gas station, and I'm going to fill this thing up with some off-road diesel. All right, well, I got exactly 50 gallons, give or take a little. Cost me about $172. That is for off-road diesel. Overall, pretty quick and easy. I'm gonna get this thing unloaded and set it somewhere over there, and we'll test it out. Should be under 500 pounds. Let's just say that. All right, I was planning on putting it more over there, but I changed my mind. Also, sneak peek, gonna be doing a video on that here coming up soon. That thing is freaking awesome. If you want to see what that's all about, make sure you subscribe or just, you know, watch out for that video. All right, I keep a spare battery just in case. All right, nothing leaked, everything's nice and dry. That's good, so bouncing around in the truck, you know, nothing leaked. I go ahead and connect this. Nope, that is on. I believe it's got like a bypass or like a recirculating. So it should just be recirculating that and not burning up the pump. It's got some kind of protection built in. I've been waiting to have a fuel tank like this for a long time. Oh, damn it. Well, I did that ass backwards. Freaking bugs. All right, here we go. Oh, that is a powerful stream right there. All right, I'm gonna leave it held down. We'll see if it shuts off on its own. I mean, it should. Oh, this is awesome. I'm even gonna open my own fueling station. Hell yeah. Yep, automatically shuts off. The pump just keeps running. It's not like, I mean, it probably sounds loud, but it's really not too bad. A little bit of drippage. Oh, that is so nice. I'm gonna keep this on there just for wind. I could see these open areas being a good spot for like birds or wasps, insects, mice, I don't know, maybe to get up in there. Hopefully not. I'll have to keep an eye on it. Maybe the smell of the fuel will keep them away. I don't know. All right, well, that's all I got. That thing is really, really nice. Time will tell how good it is, but for right now, it's doing exactly what I wanted it to do. And I want to say that those things are priced pretty reasonably, somewhere around like $500 or $600. It'll hold 58 gallons. It's got the pump and all the stuff on it. It's really not too bad compared to like a transfer tank for your vehicle. Those things are pretty robust. They're pretty much like permanently mounted to the vehicle. For some people, that's a great setup and it makes sense for them. But for me, I want to be able to pull this thing in and out. If I'm doing a job where I'm using the excavator or the tractor somewhere off-site, I can still load this thing up and have fuel right there with me. So I will have all the links for this thing and the other cans and all the other parts that I mentioned down in the description. Vever does give me a discount code that I can offer to you. I'll have all that down there as well. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments section. Think this thing's worth it or not? Maybe you have a better idea. Thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next one. God, it's freaking hot as balls out here. 84. How much gas does this thing hold? Once we go above the hole, oh yeah, there she goes. She's flowing now.